Sports for Real with Coach Hall. Now that the free agency period has calmed down a lot, there's still two notable signings that haven't taken place. First off, you have Aaron Rodgers, but he's flirting with the Jets. He says he wants to play with the Jets, so now it's just up to the two organizations to come up with some kind of deal. The other person is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, the young star of the Ravens, who should be able to sign with anybody, has remained unsigned. The Ravens put that non-exclusive franchise tag on him, which means he's free to negotiate wherever he wants. But unfortunately, he has yet to strike a deal. Recently, Ravens GM, or whatever his title is now, Ozzie Newsome, came out and said that one of the reasons why Jackson hasn't signed anywhere is because of the deal that the Browns made. The Browns signed Deshaun Watson to that 5-year, $230 million contract, with the deal being guaranteed. Normally you don't get a whole 5-year period guaranteed, but Watson has. And that seems to have changed the landscape of NFL contract negotiations for quarterbacks. So what Newsom is basically saying is, we don't know if this is going to be the way things are going to proceed in the future. And if it is, it kind of messes us up because, like most owners, we don't want to spend that kind of money on any particular player. 5 years guaranteed, that's a long period of time for football. It only takes but one play to get you bent up. And if you happen to come back, there's no guarantee you're going to come back the way you were. So with Jackson's status up in the air, the issue may be he may be want a guarantee that a lot of teams don't want to pay. And that includes the Ravens. You figure you've done pretty well with Jackson as your quarterback. Why won't you want to lock this guy up to a long-term deal? You are saying to Jackson and everybody else who's watching that we'll take you at a discounted rate because we're not really sold on you. We take you at a discounted rate and you can't perform like we think you will. We can at least come back later and get somebody else and pay them all the money. Jackson said, no, I want to get paid right now, which he should. But the thing is, if his guarantees are too high, then he may just sit there for a while. And if he goes unsigned, he's probably going to end up back with the Ravens at a deal that's more comfortable for the Ravens. What do you think about that? Well, Jackson has some decisions to make because the longer this thing plays out, the less favorable it's going to be for him. As for Aaron Rodgers, at least he has a team that says, well, we want this guy. He wants to be here, so let's make it happen. Nobody has stepped forward and said that for Lamar Jackson, including the Ravens. So we're going to see what the Ravens do. The longer this thing plays out, the Ravens are putting themselves in a bad jam, kind of like the Jets, but at least all they have to do now is make a deal. The Ravens are not in that position. So when Ozzie Newsome said that this has something to do with that big contract that Deshaun Watson signed, I really don't think that's the case. Because if you think Lamar Jackson is your quarterback and he's worthy of being in this league as a starter, then you need to take care of that man right now. He's there in your hands. You control it. Sports for Real.